Hello and welcome back to episode number 3 of my Ripple Effect mini series. In this one, I'm going to talk about how money affects your physical health. And I'm going to go a little bit deeper than just being able to buy robotic arms. So, I want to start with if you're living paycheck to paycheck, and recent studies have come out saying that like 70 to 80% of people are. So, if you don't have a big savings, you don't have a whatever, you're trying to figure out how to get by month to month, where you need to move the money, where you need to do all this stuff. That is a much more stressful lifestyle than not having to worry about money. So when we talk about your physical health, I'm talking about how money is affecting your day-to-day life and how that's affecting your physical health. If you're worried about it and you're stressed about it, then your physiology, and I Googled this, so I'm going to read them off to you because I'm not going to memorize all of them. Stress on your physiology increases your blood pressure, chance of stroke, heart attack, disease, muscle tension, pain, sleep problems, weight gain, anxiety, depression, general memory loss. All of the mental health stats go up. The CDC said that 1 in 6 suicides, about 1 in 6 suicides, are from people in massive financial struggles. They've lost their house, they've lost their job, they can't figure out how to get through. That is how much it affects literally your physical body and your mental health. There was another article that I read, ABC 2011 came out with a news article that said that men who are in financial distress are 30%, 30% more likely to drink alcohol heavily than men who are not. Now, I can go into all the math on how expensive alcohol is and why that's going to lead to them not getting out of their financial troubles. And this becomes a vicious cycle. And the alcohol, of course, contributes to all of the other issues that I listed before, right? So all of that wrapped up. Then we can look at other aspects of your life. If you don't have the money to get better foods, you're going to eat the cheaper foods, the fast foods, the junk foods, whatever, sandwiches because they're cheap. Ramen, super budget friendly, not healthy at all. So you're going to end up with these unhealthier foods because they're cheaper than getting the fresher, organic, whatever. And that's going to negatively impact your health, right? If you can't afford to take off of work, to go to the doctor, to pay the deductible, to do this, that, and the other thing, then you're not going to go to the doctor. And then if you injure yourself, and God forbid you injure something in the way that you walk, right? And you're like, I can't go, I'm just going to ignore it, I'm going to go about my life. That's going to affect you, the way that you walk, your gait, that's going to affect your skeletal, the whole thing then is a ripple effect of you couldn't take the time off and spend the time and the money, and time is money, so if you're taking time off of work and missing a shift, right, you can't afford to do that because of the money, and now you've affected your long-term health because of money. And I go through all of these things, right? And I think the biggest, most relatable one for people is having a job that you hate and being in a job that you hate, but you need the paycheck. So you're stuck in this job with a terrible boss and a blah, 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 and you don't want to be there and you don't want to do it, which, by the way, raises your stress level. Go back to the beginning of this video. And you're stuck there and you feel stuck. And that's just not a good feeling, but you need the money. So what do? How do you affect this, right? And this is all of the ways in which money can seriously negatively affect your physical health. And now I want to flip the script on it. What if you could have the money saved up? You didn't necessarily need to keep that job. You didn't have the stress of trying to figure out where your money is going week over week, month over month, whatever the time period is. And you don't have to be rich to do this. You just have to be a little more thoughtful, plan a little further ahead, maybe automate some things so that if you don't want to think about your money, you can automate payments and not think about it. Know that they're getting made and you're not then stressed out later, right? Then it starts to have a positive impact, right? Then you can start to go, okay, well, now I can afford to take the time off to go see the doctor. I can afford to have the better food. Maybe I can afford to not have to work the extra shift. And instead I can go to the gym and exercise, which is better for my health, or I can afford to go get a personal trainer who's going to streamline and optimize my health. And now I've got a positive ripple effect with money, right? And it doesn't become this destructive thing. It becomes this force for good in your life that you're using. And what I find very fascinating is when I first got into finance, and there's generally people on one end or the other of the spectrum of, I either pay attention to every single penny that I get, or I don't even want to look at it. And you don't get a lot of people in the middle. You get a lot of people on the ends. And the people on the end that don't want to ever look at it and don't want to ever think about it, they end up very stressed out. There's also people who want to think about every penny and they're very stressed out. But if you can have a plan and a goal that you agree to, and you can figure out a way to make it not stressful. And again, you don't need to be rich to do this. It's one of my favorite part of financial coaching, is helping people figure out how to take the stress out of it. And then as you watch yourself make progress towards your goals with money, you're going, oh my God, now I can afford this vacation. I can afford to do whatever. And it has a positive effect on your physical health because you're not stressed. You're not freaking out. You're not in arguments all the time. You're actually using it as a force to make yourself better and feel better and sort of do better. So I do want to end on that high note. Thank you for watching. When you think about money and you think about your physical health, take a look around because it is affecting your environment and that is affecting your physical health. And if you can get control of your environment financially, then you can really get control of your physical health and you can feel and do a lot better for yourself. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.